Servicing a water pump bearing style roller is simple and easy with the tamer. Place the roller tamer frame in a vise and align it so that the round bar on the bottom of the frame is resting on the vise jaw. This is the normal setup. Place the left-hand bracket in the left-hand slot with the bottom leg pointing to the right. Slide it down to the end, then pull it back 1 inch and tighten it. Install a 2-inch tapered insert. Install the retaining clips oriented so the spring-loaded ball is pointing toward the insert. The right-hand bracket goes in with the bottom leg pointing to the right. Slide all the way to the end and tighten it. Install a 1 5/8 inch tapered insert and hold it in place with the carriage bolt, which goes through the bottom holes in the bracket. Now we're working with a 2-inch roller, so we'll slide it in the inserts. This is called the cradle method. If you're working with a 2.5 inch or 3-inch roller, you would capture it. It's basically the same concept. There are different ways of pulling these bearings out. If there's a 1/4 inch hole through the bearing shaft, you can use the water pump bearing puller and installation tool, part number RT108. Slide it over the shaft and put in the 1/4 inch pin. Install the right-hand puller bridge, slide it up and tighten it. Place the insert and standoff in the holes. The jacking screw threads into the puller. Tighten the jacking nut against the thrust bearing. You can use a 15mm wrench resting against the frame to hold everything in place as you're pulling out the bearings. In this video, we will not pull the bearing all the way out because we want to demonstrate other methods. If there's not a hole through the bearing shaft in which to place a pin, there are other ways to attach it. Some bearings have a hole in the end of the shaft. If so, screw in adapter part number RT155. Attach the puller and thread the jacking screw into this adapter. If there is no hole, you can grind a notch on each side of the bearing shaft, then slide on the puller using set screws on each side to pinch the shaft between the screws. Again, insert the jacking screw, drop in the standoff, and pull it straight out. You could also drill a hole through the bearing stub. Clamp on the puller so you can use it as a guide to drill through the roller shaft. Alright, going back to the RT155 adapter, we'll complete the first method, but any of these methods will work. If this stub comes out but leaves the outer race in the roller tube, refer to the instructional video covering the outer race removal procedure. To install the new bearing, you'll use the same tool, the puller and bearing installation tool. Tilt the tamer up, swap ends with the roller, use the handle, part number RT113, which screws into the puller driver tool. Slide it over the roller shaft and hammer in the new bearing. Repeat the procedure, pulling the bearing out of the other end. For pressing the bearings in, use press tool, part number RT181, and refer to the instructional video for the RT181. The special roller tamer tools used in this procedure are available from Turf Pride. Seal and bearing kits for all makes and models of rollers, as well as reel units, are also available from Turf Pride.